Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Diane Deziel and today I'm showing you how to do this beautiful vintage look bodice. To make today's style, we're going to do as usual, trace the bodice, but to be able to design our style on the top part, I'm going to ask you to pivot the shoulder dart at the waist right from the beginning. So you're going to trace from the shoulder notch all the way to the waist notch. Then hold your pivot, close your shoulder dart, then you'll be able to trace from the second side of the dart all the way to the second side of the dart at the waist. Trace that big waist dart. And I'm going to put my seam allowance all around the bodice. When your seam is done, you could cut all around, even on both sides of the dart. And if you notice, I didn't put seam allowance over there. Once your front is done, we're going to do the back. We're going to trace all around also, but for today's style, to keep the little vintage look to the garment, we're going to keep the shoulder blade dart and pivot it pretty much at the first third of the neck from the shoulder. This is also going to keep a better fit than eliminating the dart. Then you're going to trace from that line all around, keeping the waist dart until the second side of the shoulder blade dart. Now we're going to indicate both pivot. We're going to hold the shoulder blade dart pivot and simply close it, bringing the first notch towards the second one. Then we're going to trace from that notch to the 1/3. Now you could trace both darts. Now when your darts are traced, you could put the seam allowance all around your back, even on the center back, because here we do need an opening. Now since we're keeping the back dart, you're going to trace on the side that is closer to the center back for both darts and close them to get your jog. I'm going to start by folding my shoulder blade dart that I transferred at the neck. I'm going to bring the first side over to the second, then I could start cutting. Now at the waist, I'll do the same thing. I'll bring the first side over the second one so I could cut my waist and have the jog. The rest of the bodice, you could just go ahead and cut. Now for the next step, I want you to overlap your seam line at the shoulder. To make it easier for you, you could just engrave a little bit your shoulder line of one of your bodice, then fold it so you'll be able to overlap with the seam line, align the neck and shoulder point. The reason why I'm asking you to overlap your shoulders is because we're going to change the neckline, enlarge it a little bit. Today I'm giving you measurement, but you could do whatever measurement you want. I'm just showing you how to do it. So at the front, I went down 2 centimeters. At the shoulder, about 3.5 enlarge, and at the center back, 1 centimeter enlarge. Now to be able to trace your neckline in one line, front and back, you have to close your shoulder blade dart at the neck. Then I hope you noticed that I did a 90-degree line from the center back for about 3 centimeters. And I'll be able to trace from the center back all the way to the center front. When you're happy with your line, since this is going to be the sewing line, just put your seam allowance over that line and we could cut both back and front pattern. Now that both bodices are ready, we're going to start the style that we want in the front. And for this one, I'm going to do 5 pleat. The first one will be an inverted pleat right at the center front. So that means for the 4 other pleats, you're going to divide your neckline measurement, remember the seam line, by 5. So you get 4 reference for your pleat. For the 2 first points that we found, we're going to trace a line until the pivot. Now for the 3rd point, we're going to trace a line from the point to about 8 centimeters down on the side seam. Now for the last point, we're going to trace a line towards the armhole. I would say here about 4.5 centimeters below the end of the shoulder point. Now on another piece of cardboard, I'm going to retrace the pattern, creating the pleat by pivoting. Start at the first pleat, trace on center front until the first side of the dart at the waist. Now we're going to measure from one side of the dart to the other and find the center. For the first opening, you're going to close the waist dart by half of the measurement. Take the side seam part and just bring it over to the half point that you find. Then you'll trace from the first mark to the second mark. Now for the second pleat, we will take the value of the rest or the other half of the waist dart. So hold your pivot and close completely the waist dart. Now you could trace from the second reference point to the 3rd reference point. In the same time, you're going to trace from the second side of the dart all the way to the side seam reference point that we have. Now for the 2 last pleats, you could measure what you got from the dart opening. Here we could see that it's about 4 to 5 centimeters. And decide that we're going to open the 2 last one with the same measurement. So now for the next opening, I'm going to place my measurement. Here I will do 4.5, so right in the middle. Now you're going to hold your pivot at the side seam on the seam line, and you're going to open by pivoting until you see the reference of the 4.5 centimeter. Then you could trace on top from the 3rd reference to the 4th reference, and on the side seam from the side seam reference all the way to the armhole reference. For the last opening, I'm going to do the same thing again. So I'm going to lift it and measure my 4.5 centimeter, just do a little mark. Then you're going to hold your pivot at the armhole seam line and open until you see your 4.5 centimeter reference. Then you simply trace the leftover piece. Now I said that there was going to be 5 pleats, but we do have 1, 2, 3, and 4 pleats. The 5th one, we'll do it right at center front, like I was saying. Here I suggest you put half the measurement since it's going to be an inverted pleat. And I just connect it to my center front waist point. To get the angle to close the other pleat, you know that the 2 first ones are going in direction of the pivot, so you could trace them both direction of the pivot. For the 3rd one, you remember that we open all the way to the side seam, so you're going to trace it the same way. Finally, the 4th one, we open it until the armhole, so again you're going to trace it the same way. Once your pleats are traced, you could engrave using your awl the side of the pleat in the direction where you want to send your pleat into. And for me it's going to be the side seam because I want the back of my pleat to go up. Now before to fold my pleat, I'm going to cut to remove the excess at the shoulder, armhole, side seam and center front. Once all your pleats are folded, you could cut and you'll get your jog right away. When you finish cutting the neckline, you could put your grain line parallel to the last line that is also on fold of the fabric. It's going to be cut one. Make sure you put all your notches. So the first one on center front, you're going to have 1.5 notches because it's an inverted pleat. And the 4 other one will have 2 notches. And make sure you indicate with an arrow the direction of the folding, because it doesn't fit the same way on the other side. And you could say your front pattern is finished. Now I'm going to ask you to take your back pattern again and your front pattern that we use as a plan. The back pattern will remain as it is, so you could place your grain line and say that it's going to be cut 2 times. Put your punch hole about 2 centimeters lower, because usually you want it to drop a little bit. And for the shoulder blade dart, 1 centimeter higher. Of course, you're going to also have your notch for the shoulder blade dart and the one for the waist dart. Now from the back pattern, I'm going to show you how to trace your facing to do the finishing at the armhole and at the neck. Facing, they're usually about 5 centimeters wide, so we will measure 5 centimeters on center back and we'll trace parallel for about 3 centimeters. I'm going to also ask you to measure about 5 centimeters on the side seam from the underarm point. Now to be able to trace the facing, but eliminating the shoulder blade dart, you're going to have to trace your style line or the facing edge, passing by the pivot of the dart, and then go reach the underarm point. We're going to go on the front side and we will do the facing right on the pattern. You're going to start by tracing 5 centimeters at the underarm, and you could go this time a little wider at the front. I'm going to do 8 centimeters. Now we could connect from center front to the side seam. For the front, we could just cut on that facing edge line that we did, because we already have our front pattern, and this way the style line that you have there, you could use some of them and make them notch so you match the pleat with it. For the back, you have no choice but retracing the facing part, because we need the pattern as it is for the garment. So you're going to trace from the bottom of the facing to the first notch of the shoulder blade dart. Then what you're going to do is trace the bottom of your facing until the pivot area. Now hold your pivot and close your dart, bringing the second notch over to the first one. Then we're going to trace from the second notch all the way to the bottom of the facing on the side seam. Then with the tracing wheel again, you're going to trace the bottom part all the way to the side seam. Now we're ready to cut all around the pattern piece. Your pattern is now complete, so you could see your front unfold, the facing as well. Cut one, and cut one infusing to make it very stable. And I added the notch for the center front and also for the 1, 2, 3rd pleat. On the back, your facing is cut two fusing, and I kept the notch matching with the shoulder blade dart. That's it for today. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I see you next time.